Have you ever wondered how to become the best version of yourself in your relationships? It's a question many of us ask because deep down we all crave love, respect, and to be genuinely valued by those around us. But how do we achieve this? How do we earn real admiration, not just for our looks or accomplishments, but for who we truly are at our core? Think of every relationship as an adventure, and you're the explorer of your own self. You're on a journey to discover the hidden treasures within your soul and share them with others. But to do that, you need to map a path that leads to understanding, connection, and ultimately love. Today, I'll guide you in discovering your true value in relationships, drawing on 9 ancient Stoic philosophical lessons. These aren't just the usual bits of advice you hear all the time. This is about empowering yourself in ways you might not have imagined before. So get ready to unlock the secrets to cultivating a life filled with love and meaningful relationships built on mutual respect and inner strength. Lesson 1: Understanding your true worth. How does Stoicism relate to understanding your value in relationships? Stoics believed in focusing on what we can control. And guess what? Your self-worth is entirely within your control. It's not about how many likes you get on social media or whether someone shows interest in you. It's about how you see and appreciate yourself. Picture this: imagine you're a rare gemstone. Not everyone recognizes the value of a rare gem, right? Some people might walk right past it without realizing its significance. But that doesn't make the gem any less valuable. It remains precious, rare, and one of a kind. That's you. Your value doesn't diminish just because someone overlooks it. Let's be honest, we've all faced rejection and felt inadequate, especially in today's world where everyone seems to be thriving. But here's the real deal with a Stoic perspective. Your value isn't based on someone else's validation. It's connected to how you conduct yourself, your principles, your actions. Are you compassionate? Are you truthful? Are you living in a way that aligns with your values? That's where your true worth lies. The Stoics emphasize self-reflection. So, take a moment to think about your qualities, not just the obvious ones, but the deeper aspects. What truly defines you? Recognizing these traits helps you find strength in your own value, whether or not others see it. Remember, understanding your worth isn't a one-time event, it's an ongoing journey. It's about waking up every day and acknowledging that you have value, not because of anyone else's opinion, but because of the inherent qualities that make you who you are. Lesson 2: Present yourself with dignity. Now, before you picture a Stoic as a stern, unsmiling figure from ancient times, let me clear that up. Stoicism isn't about suppressing your emotions or being indifferent. It's about understanding what deserves your energy and what doesn't. And guess what? The way you present yourself deserves your energy. Let's talk about what it means to present yourself with dignity in relationships. Have you ever noticed how sometimes we go to great lengths to impress someone, only to lose sight of who we really are? We change how we dress, speak, all in the hope of gaining approval. But here's the key: your self-respect isn't tied to your clothing style or the trendy places you go. It's about how you carry yourself, the things you do, and the decisions you make. Imagine you're in a classroom, watching 2 students give presentations. One student is flashy, using big words and gestures to impress the audience. The other is composed and speaks confidently without any pretense. Which student do you think leaves a lasting impression? It's often the one who is genuine and comfortable in their own skin, right? This highlights the importance of presenting yourself with dignity. The Stoics, known for their philosophy of self-control and virtue, stress the importance of living honestly and respecting oneself. So how does this apply to dating today? It's simple: be authentically yourself. If you love reading books, embrace it. If you have a passion for something, let it shine. It's not about pretending to be someone else, it's about being comfortable and confident in who you are, understanding that you are valuable just as you are. Here's another important point: the way you treat yourself sets the standard for how others will treat you. If you're constantly criticizing yourself, you're essentially telling others it's okay to do the same. But when you respect yourself, value your time, energy, and emotions, you're making a bold statement: I deserve respect, and I expect to be treated accordingly. Think about what the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said: it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters in relationships. It's not just about how you look or what you say, it's about your responses, your demeanor in different situations. Are you reacting with desperation or dignity? Are you sacrificing your principles to fit in? Or are you staying true to yourself, even if it means standing alone? This doesn't mean you have to be perfect. We're all human with our flaws and awkward moments. What matters is how you handle those moments. Do you crumble under pressure, or do you stay strong, learn, and keep moving forward? Let's take a moment to reflect. How can we start to show ourselves more dignity? It might involve setting clear boundaries or saying no to things that don't align with your values. It could also mean treating yourself with more compassion and respect. When you view yourself as worthy of respect, others will begin to see it too. Lesson 3: The art of nonverbal communication. Now, this might sound a bit old-fashioned or strict at first, but stick with me. It's not about being hard to approach, it's about respecting yourself and recognizing your worth. Stoicism teaches us to control ourselves and stay strong, but not in a rigid or boring way. It's about understanding what truly matters and not giving it away too easily, especially in a world where we want everything instantly. Ever feel like you're always rushing to share everything in a relationship? Whether it's your time, space, or deepest feelings, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of getting to know someone. But here's where Stoicism comes in with a fresh perspective. Stoics would suggest taking a step back, and here's why: when something is always available, it starts to lose its specialness. It's just human nature. If you're constantly available, always saying yes to everything, where's the excitement? Where's the mystery? Let's talk about how to set boundaries gracefully, the Stoic way. Start with your appearance. Dressing stylishly yet modestly isn't just about looking good, it sends a message. It shows that you respect yourself. You're not hiding who you are, but you're also not revealing everything up front. It's about finding a balance, letting others know there's more to you than meets the eye. Another key aspect is managing your time and focus. In today's hyper-connected world, being selective about who gets your time is a meaningful choice. It's not about playing games, it's about affirming that your time is precious and you prioritize it carefully. When you're with someone, be fully present and engaged. But when you're not, it's okay to be unavailable, dedicating your energy to your own life, interests, and personal growth. Stoicism also emphasizes emotional self-mastery. It doesn't mean being cold or disconnected, rather, it's about maintaining a balanced perspective. It's about not letting small things deeply affect you and preserving your inner peace and composure. Just like your time, your emotional energy is something that shouldn't be given away freely, it should be earned. I'm not saying you should become unfeeling or distant like a Stoic statue. We're all human, and genuine connections are essential for a fulfilling life. But there's something special about taking things at a steady pace, about forming connections that aren't just based on instant gratification. It's about creating meaningful relationships that have depth and endurance, ones that go beyond quick fixes and immediate access. Setting limits isn't about playing tricks or controlling situations, it's about respecting yourself and staying true to your principles. It's about showing, not just telling, that you value yourself and deserve to be treated with respect. So here's to being a bit more selective, composed, and stoic in our approach to relationships. It's about finding that balance between being open and discerning, between sharing and holding a bit back. And believe me, it greatly influences how others see and treat you. Cheers to valuing ourselves and embracing a touch of stoicism in today's dating scene. Lesson 4: Be ready to walk away. In Stoicism, there's a powerful idea about letting go, not in a detached or uncaring way, but in understanding what we can change and what we cannot. One of the most empowering actions we can take is deciding whether to stay or walk away from a situation that doesn't align with our well-being. This becomes especially important in relationships. We've all been there, haven't we? Being in a situation where we know we deserve better, yet we choose to stay. It could be the fear of loneliness, the fear of change, or simply holding on to hope that things will improve. But this is where Stoicism steps in. Real strength comes from realizing that we have the power to stay or leave situations that go against our principles, and we can choose a different path. This doesn't mean you should give up as soon as things get tough. Relationships require effort, understanding, and time. However, it's crucial to know your self-worth and principles so deeply that when something fundamentally goes against them, you're ready to move on. It's about having that inner resilience, that stoic courage to say, I respect myself too much to settle for less than I deserve. Let's dig a little deeper into this idea. Being prepared to leave a situation is all about self-respect. It means standing firm in what you believe in and knowing your own value. It doesn't always have to be a big, dramatic exit. Sometimes it's a quiet choice, a peaceful realization that this isn't the right fit for you. Sure, it can be scary. I understand that the uncertain future can be intimidating. But think about our Stoic friends. They showed us the importance of facing challenges with bravery and accepting life's uncertainties. Sometimes the bravest action is to let go of something that doesn't align with your path. This mindset can transform everything. When you're in a relationship because it reflects your values, not because you're afraid to leave, it's a game changer. It shifts the whole dynamic. You're not staying out of desperation or fear, you're staying because it's your genuine choice. And here's the key point: when you bravely step away from what doesn't serve you, you create space for what does. It's like decluttering your life to welcome in something better. It's about having faith that there are better things waiting for you and giving yourself the chance to discover them. Remember, being ready to move on isn't about being aloof or uncaring. It's about valuing and caring for yourself enough to say, I deserve something better. It's about embodying stoicism when challenges arise, understanding that your value isn't dependent on anyone or anything else. Lesson 5: Setting boundaries silently. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of actions over mere words. The Stoics believed in demonstrating rather than just stating their beliefs, which is especially relevant when it comes to setting boundaries in relationships. It's one thing to talk about your boundaries, but it's far more powerful to show them through your actions. Think about it. It's easy to say, I won't accept mistreatment, but the real test comes when you actually encounter such behavior. Will you uphold your boundary, or will you compromise? That's where true strength lies, not in words but in actions. I know this isn't always easy. It can be challenging, especially when emotions are involved. But let's remember the wisdom of the Stoics. We have the power to choose our responses to situations. If someone oversteps a boundary, it's your response that sets and enforces that boundary, not just your words. Let's imagine a situation where honesty is a core value for you, and someone tells a lie. How you respond in that moment shows how serious you are about your boundaries. Whether you choose to calmly address the issue or decide to step back, your actions demonstrate your commitment to your values. It's not about stirring up drama, it's about showing self-respect by reacting in a way that aligns with what you believe in. This approach can make a real difference in relationships. When others see that you have clear boundaries and are willing to enforce them, they gain a better understanding of what you will and won't accept. It's about nurturing self-respect and staying committed to it. Let's break this down simply. It's not just the big events that matter, but also the everyday moments. How do you react when plans change abruptly, or when someone doesn't value your time? Do you brush it off, or do you calmly express that such behavior isn't acceptable? This is where Stoic mindfulness comes into play. It's about being aware of the present moment and how you respond to it. Are your actions in line with your boundaries? Are you being true to yourself? Pay attention to the little moments, because that's where your boundaries are truly tested. As you go through your day and interact with others, aim to embody a touch of stoicism in expressing your boundaries. It's not about being stubborn or unyielding, it's about having that inner guide that shapes how you act and respond. And trust me, when you adopt this approach, people notice. They begin to see you as someone who not only sets boundaries but also values themselves enough to uphold them. Lesson 6: Actions speak louder than words. Stoicism, as we've been learning, is about practical wisdom. It's about judging people based on what they do, not just what they say. In our world, many people say nice things but don't follow through, especially in relationships. Stoics advise us to see through the charm and focus on actions instead. The Stoics encourage us to pay attention to actions because actions reveal the truth. Think about it. It's easy for someone to say all the right things, to make promises, and to paint a picture of a perfect future. But are they actually doing what they say? Are their actions backing up their words? That's where the real truth lies. Let's be honest for a moment. Haven't we all experienced this? We meet someone, they say incredible things, and we're enchanted. But as time goes by, their actions don't match their words. They promise to call but don't. They make plans only to cancel at the last minute. Yet we still hold on to their words. This is when our inner Stoic mindset needs to take charge. Stoicism reminds us not to be swayed by words or overwhelmed by emotions. It's about being logical and seeing reality clearly. When someone's actions don't align with their words, that's a warning sign. It's like the universe saying, hey, pay attention, something isn't right here. This mindset changes how you approach relationships. Instead of being swept away by sweet words and promises, you start noticing the little things. How do they act under pressure? Do they keep their promises? Are they truly there for you? Not just in words, but in meaningful actions. Here's the fascinating part when you focus on what people do. I'm not just hearing your words, I'm watching your actions. And that speaks volumes. It makes people realize that they can't just talk their way into your life, they have to show they're genuine and earn your trust. But remember, this isn't about being negative or distrusting everyone. It's about being smart, about protecting your feelings with a bit of Stoic wisdom. It's about staying grounded, not letting emotions sweep you away. So let's keep this in mind, let's pay attention to actions, not just words. Let's approach love with a Stoic mindset, logical, observant, and thoughtful, because in the end, actions speak louder than words. Lesson 7: Cultivating healthy skepticism. Stoicism is all about seeing things as they truly are, not as we wish they were. This mindset is especially useful in love and dating. We've all been there, right? When someone says all the right things, it's easy to believe them, even if there are red flags. This is where a Stoic approach comes in handy. A healthy dose of skepticism is like having a superpower. It's not about being pessimistic or distrusting, it's about staying realistic and not blindly accepting everything. It means being observant, asking questions, and not rushing into things without thinking them through. Imagine this: you meet someone new, and they seem amazing. They're saying all the right things, even talking about a future together, but it's only been a short time. Your skeptical, Stoic mind would tell you to slow down, to wait and see if their actions match their words, to observe how things progress. It's like a gentle reality check, reminding you not to get lost in romance and to stay grounded. This skepticism isn't about grilling the other person or doubting their every move. It's about being thoughtful. It means listening to what they say, but also watching what they do. It's about taking the time to really understand someone, to see if they're consistent and genuine. The Stoics emphasized using logic and reason, not just getting carried away by emotions. In relationships, this approach is crucial. When emotions take over, we might overlook important details. But when we combine our feelings with a little skepticism and logical thinking, we can see things more clearly. Another important point, it's about protecting your heart. By maintaining a bit of skepticism, you're not jumping into something without being sure. You're giving yourself the chance to see the true nature of the other person instead of projecting your own desires onto them. So let's remember the importance of adopting a hint of Stoic skepticism. It's about being smart, attentive, and not letting emotions sweep us away. It's about protecting ourselves and our emotional well-being. It's not about shutting ourselves off, but about approaching new opportunities with care and wisdom. Lesson 8: Saying no with confidence. In Stoicism, it's important to stick to your values and have the courage to stay true to yourself. This is especially relevant when it comes to saying no in relationships. It means knowing your beliefs and not hesitating to stand by them, even if it causes some disruption. Imagine you're in a relationship and your partner suggests something that doesn't feel right to you. It could be moving too fast or asking you to do something against your values. The easy choice might be to go along with it, but this is where your Stoic mindset becomes crucial. Saying no in these situations is about valuing yourself, your beliefs, and your boundaries. Let's be honest, this isn't easy. It can be really tough, especially when you care about the person. That little voice in your head might whisper, "What if saying no pushes them away?" But here's the thing, we need to find our courage. Stoicism isn't just about dealing with external challenges, it's also about facing our internal struggles head-on. Saying no is about self-respect. It's about showing that you hold yourself in high regard and won't accept anything less than what you deserve. Yes, there's a risk you might lose them. But here's the key: if saying no to something that goes against your values causes someone to leave, maybe they weren't right for you in the first place. This approach can truly change the dynamics of a relationship. When someone realizes that you're not afraid to say no, and that you won't compromise your values just to please them, it changes how they see you. It shows that you respect yourself, and let me tell you, that's incredibly attractive. Here's another Stoic perspective: saying no isn't just about setting boundaries with others, it's also about being honest with yourself. It's about recognizing your true desires and needs in a relationship and sticking to them. It's about not letting the fear of loneliness push you into decisions that aren't true to who you are. Let's take a moment to reflect on this. Let's affirm that saying no is not just okay, but essential. It's about staying true to ourselves and living with integrity, as the Stoics emphasized. It's about building relationships based on mutual respect and genuine connection, not fear and compromise. Lesson 9: never chase, always value. This lesson ties in well with everything we've been discussing, especially when viewed through a Stoic lens. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. This idea is powerful when it comes to relationships. It means understanding that chasing someone who is pulling away from us isn't just futile, it's also a sign that we're not valuing ourselves enough. Imagine this scenario: you're dating someone, and everything seems great. But then, they start distancing themselves. Our natural instinct, something we've all felt, is to chase after them, to try and close that gap. But here's where Stoicism can guide us. The Stoics would ask, why are you chasing something that's not within your control? The answer lies in your self-worth, your dignity, and your inner peace. Chasing after someone who is pulling away is like trying to catch water with your hands. It's pointless and leaves you feeling empty. Instead, the Stoic approach encourages you to stand firm in your self-worth. If someone is moving away from you, let them go. It's not about being cold or unfeeling, it's about realizing that you can't control how others feel or behave, but you can control how you respond. Let's be real, this isn't easy. Resisting the urge to chase someone takes a lot of inner strength. But it's about having faith that if someone truly values you, they'll show it. It's about refusing to let someone else's actions define your worth. It's about affirming, I deserve respect, and if you can't see that, someone else will. This mindset is transformative. It puts the power back in your hands. You're no longer at the mercy of someone else's unpredictable actions, you're in control of how you feel and what you do. It's empowering and frankly, it's liberating. And here's the amazing part: when you stop chasing others and start investing in yourself, your life, your growth, good things happen. You naturally attract people who are drawn to your strength, confidence, and self-worth. It's like you're sending out a signal that says, I value myself and I know it. So let's embrace this lesson. Let's commit to never chasing after anyone. Let's adopt a Stoic mindset in our relationships: calm, self-respecting, and focused on what we can control. It's about finding inner peace within ourselves, not seeking validation from others. As we wrap up our conversation today, I want you to remember something important in the vast canvas of life. Your self-worth is like the brightest thread that holds everything together. Just like the Stoics believed, you have the power to decide how you respond to what happens around you. Don't forget you are in control of your own honor and self-esteem. Embrace your inner strength. Let your actions, decisions, and boundaries reflect the incredible person you are. And if you ever doubt yourself, remember this moment and the Stoic wisdom we've discussed. Life isn't just something to endure, it's an opportunity to grow, becoming stronger and wiser each day. If you enjoyed our chat today, why not dive deeper? Check out our playlist on the screen. It's filled with more insights, stories, and tips to help you navigate life with greater wisdom and confidence. Go ahead, click on it, and let's keep moving forward on this journey together. Thank you for joining me in this conversation. Always remember, you're not alone on this journey. We're all figuring it out together, one step, one day at a time. Until our next chat, take care, stay wise, and continue embracing your inner strength.